Can I summarize what I think you're saying? I'm looking at the page 3 of the report, and it has laid out the Kaufman assumptions and the anonymous assumptions. And basically, when you go from Kaufman's 30% expected turnout to anonymous's 40% expected turnout, you increase the number of votes by about 20,000 and the number to win by about 16, 17,000, and total voters to reach by 20,000 as well. So what I think I heard you say, and I just want to confirm, is that you took the spending per vote assumptions of Liz Kaufman and you went and checked with past voter turnout in special elections, municipal special elections, and determined that Liz's number was about 10% lower, and you simply raised the factors based the same unit cost, but raised the factors by about 10% additional turnout. Is that an accurate summary?
That's accurate, yes.
And it is a little odd to have a citation from someone anonymous. Why is it anonymous?
One of the commission members contacted several consultants, Liz being one of them, and the other just preferred not to put their name forward. And the main thing that consultant did was ratify the methodology that Liz had, meaning that the methodology being you try to reach these many voters based on an estimated turnout with these many mailings at this much cost, and walked through that and said, well, but I think it ought to be higher. That was the only difference. So to a certain degree, Anonymous was ratifying Kaufman's methodology except for the turnout. And then the commission got more information and said, yeah, let's raise that turnout estimate.
And are there, so did you independently verify the information that was brought to you by Janice Thompson regarding the turnout being actually about 10 percentage points higher than assumed by Liz Kaufman?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all available on the web through the county elections office.
And my concern going into this issue was that you had made up your minds ahead of time, ahead of us giving you your charge to go back and dig into this and look for some facts. And so I wanted to just give you an opportunity, if you went through this process because of the letter we got or an email that we got from you at the very beginning that said it should stay at 200,000 for your own legitimate reasons, but I felt like this issue warranted some deeper study. You've done that. So I seek your assurance that you've done that with a fair and open mind. And
Sure. I appreciate that. It's, in an ideal world, you would want every candidate, when they decide to run, to know what the rules of the game are and have there be no changes. But the reality is that we're in a system that's pretty new to our city. And you came back to us and said, that's not good enough. We want you to take a good look and give us a recommendation. That's what we're feeding you pizza for. And we said, okay, that's right. That's why you give us pizza, and that's why you made us the commissioners, and we'll do that. And I felt it was our responsibility to come back to you and say, we looked at the facts. This is what we think the facts show us. And you have an election that you have to run for this city, and we're not going to sit on principle and say, you guys deal with it. We said, no, it's our job to tell you what our recommendation is based upon the facts, and we're happy to do that. That's why we exist.
is there, in your mind, a rationale for having $100,000 as the amount?
You know, we looked at that percentage of how much of campaign fund goes to overhead and how much goes to voter contact or marketing, advertising. The problem is that's not a set amount. You look at one campaign, and somebody did it at a ratio of 85 to 15. Another campaign, it was 70 to 30. At some point, you make a judgment because there isn't, it's not always one way or the other. It depends, right? So we made a judgment that $150,000 was a fair and adequate amount based upon all the different types of data we had in front of us. Now, if you make it 130, that's probably still going to work. If you was at 160, it would probably still going to work. 150 is not the only right answer either. We just think it's a good answer.
I think we looked at every deliberation that came to us. I think we all looked at Commissioner Leonard's breakdown of the spending over the thirds of the campaign as much as any other one. To me, at the end of the meeting, there was a question whether there's any other amount, like I think immediately before the vote on this proposal, whether there was any other amount that we should be looking at after all the deliberations that we'd all gone through, and there was silence from the entire room, from the commission and guests. So I feel that there was extensive deliberation that went into this number, and I think it's a good number.
So this 30% turnout